What is up, guys? This is a custom gameplay request from one of my channel members, Zaokun. So huge shouts to Zaokun. Thank you so much for your support. I'm really excited for this X-Men and Spider-Man themed gameplay that we have right here. So the matchup that Zaokun designed is called Spider-Man and the X-Men Arcade's Revenge. And the hero constraints are that we had to play Peter Parker Spider-Man. So I'm always excited for gameplay requests for Peter Parker Spider-Man. But for the purposes of this fight, Peter Parker in Alter Ego gains the mutant trait, and in his hero form, we have the X-Men trait here. So this is like the collab from the classic X-Men 97 animated series show. Not the new one, but the old one whenever they collab with Peter Parker from that Spider-Man anime series. I love that series. I think Zalkin loves that series as well. So really excited to play it out here against Expert Spiral. So for the deck constraints, Zalkin says that the deck must consist of at least 5 X-Men allies, and the X-Men allies can be included from any aspect other than a chosen aspect. So we are playing a protection deck here, our webbed and ready for a fight deck here in protection. So we have the 2 ready for a fight, Starter Sinclair, What Doesn't Kill Me, Energy Shield, all of those shenanigans, the Mansion, Ingenuity, Quinn Carrier, Symbiote Suit, and then the 3 basic doubles here. So this is all the part of the regular deck, but then we swapped out 10 cards here for this custom gameplay request, and these are all the X-Men cards that we got going on, right? So we have Honor X-Men to give us the X-Men trait even in Alter Ego as well, Utopia, X-Jet, and then we have 7 X-Men allies here. Zalkun said I could have put X-Men allies from any aspect. I think we'll just stay on aspect here with protection and basic allies. It's fine because we have a pretty good roster right here with Triage, Gambit, Polaris, Colossus, Forge, Nightcrawler, and Professor X here. So I am liking this lineup a lot. So let's shuffle up our player deck. I'm super excited to see how this game will go here with the X-Men and Peter Parker teaming up. You know, mutant, mutate, potato, potato, same thing. So we have the mutant trait here in our alter ego. All right, and then it also says here for the villain, Expert 1 Spiral with the default Mojo Mania encounter sets. Additionally, we have to include the Arcade and Brotherhood encounter sets. So we already shuffled in the Arcade and Brotherhood encounter sets into the encounter deck. And then we have for the 3 module sets for Spiral, for setup, we chose 3 from Mojo Mania, and I chose Western, Fantasy, and Horror because those are my 3 favorite ones, just for the theme of it. And then we shuffled all those encounter sets also already into the encounter deck as well. Um, but we have these show environments here for a setup set aside. And let's go ahead and get Spiral set up here. So for the setup, let's finish shuffling here. We have the show environment set aside with the corner treachery, and we're gonna shuffle these up here and then randomly get one show environment put into play. So it's gonna be this one right here, which is Wawa Mojo. So each enemy attack gains overkill, and then when a character takes damage, increase the damage by 1. It's gonna be a show environment. We'll shuffle the other 2 shows with the corner treachery here. And basically the way that Spiral works is that she's teleporting all over the place, so we cannot do damage to her if she's on her escape side. And also a threat cannot be removed from the main scheme. And also as a force interrupt, whenever Spiral would attack, she actually schemes instead. So it's going to be a little bit rough here with the threat, unless we can flip her over to her corner side and then remove threat from the main. So let's put the show deck, I guess we'll put it over here. And then we also put the search for Spiral sides into play. It's permanent, so even if we clear off the threat, we can't remove it. Coming in with 3 per player threat. As a hero action, we can take 2 damage to remove 3 threat from there. Let's advance the main scheme to stage 1B. And then also says here, after the last threat is removed from here, the player who removed that threat can reveal the top card of the show deck and then place 3 more threats back on there. 1 initial threat on the main scheme. If the main scheme hits 15 threat, then we do lose the game. And let's shuffle up the encounter deck here. So it says here, for the main scheme's force interrupt, whenever a show environment would be discarded, we place it on the bottom of the show deck instead. So each time a show environment is reviewed, it discards the other show environments in play, which we just put at the bottom of the show deck. So all the shows will always be in the show deck or the show deck discard pile. Wait, no, there is no show deck discard pile. It goes in the bottom of the deck. And then we have this encounter deck right here, and the encounter deck discard pile, which will always be separate. So there's not going to be any shows in here. And then, yeah, so I think that is pretty much it here for the setup for Spiral. Let's go ahead and do our mulligans. We're going to draw up to our hand size here of 6. Let's see what we get. All right, we got a double with the Mansion. And a lot of swing web kicks here. Let me think. If I toss that, I mean, I need resource anyways, right? So I can play the Mansion with this, with Scientist, draw a card, and then probably just play the X-Jet, right? It's super built out. Yeah, I think we're actually gonna hold on to his hand because we're gonna use everything here as resources anyways. Okay, so let's hold on to his hand. We're going to get started. Let's use sign to generate a mental resource. This would be 3 more resources for a total of 4. So we can play our Avengers Mansion. We can exhaust a mansion, so we can draw a card. Let's go and do that. Draw a card. Our last swing web kick. That's fine. We use 3 resources here, so we can play the X Shet. It's a 3-cost support. We can exhaust to generate a wild resource, but only for a player whose identity has an X-Men trait, which we don't have in our Eagle with the Mutant trait, or the Mutate trait, I guess. But in hero form, we do have the X-Men trait with this, with the house rules here for Zalkun's gameplay request. Uh, so I think we're just gonna end our turn here in Alter Ego and get a bigger hand size because we don't need to do anything right now. Yeah, we're just gonna end our turn. Let's ready back up all of our cards and then draw back up to our hand size of 6 in Alter Ego. Either way, Sparrow is going to scheme because her force of rep is whenever she would attack, she schemes instead. So I might as well just stay down in Alter Ego. I'm back up to 6 here, and okay, I think we got some decent stuff here. All right. So let's see. Spiral's turn. She's gonna add 1 to the main. She's gonna scheme because we're in Alter Ego with a base of 2. Gets a boost of 0, but the boost effect is discard 1 card from her hand. It's not random, so we can choose. Let's toss the webbed up, I guess. So we lost that. She only schemes for 2, so the main will go up to 4 here. And then we get dealt 1 face down encounter card, which is Card Shark. Enemy attacks gain overkill, so he doesn't do anything right now. He has 7 hit points, and we have no more swing web kicks. So that's unfortunate. After Card Shark attacks you, discard the top 3 cards of your deck. Take indirect damage equal to the number of different printed resource types. Discard this way. Oh man. Okay. All right. It's back over to our turn. Let's mansion draw a card. We need like more damage here, which I don't think I'm gonna have. We can. What doesn't kill me? Actually, when a character takes damage, increase it by 1. So I can try to do some damage right now. Uh, what is the player? We triage, and then we what doesn't kill me, and then we practice plan and play energy shield. Okay, all right, let's do that. So first, oh, I can use scientist though. There's nothing for me to play with scientist. I mean, I could play triage, but I want his healing. So yeah, there's no point in scientist here. Let's go ahead and flip up to hero form. We're going to exhaust and swing for 2 on the card shark. We increase the amount of damage by 1, so we're going to do 3 damage here on the card shark. Alright, then we're going to use a hero action here. We take 2 damage, remove 3 threat from here. So when a character takes damage, increase it by 1, so we're actually going to take 3 damage instead of just 2. Right, yeah, so we drop down to 7, and we can remove 3 threat from here. Right? Or do I just... Oh, wait. No, wait, hold on. I think it's best to just actually... I can't, what doesn't kill me? That's fine, yeah, so we'll do it, yeah. So we'll do that. Okay, that will clear that off. And when the last is removed from here, we flip the top card of the show deck, which is the Mojo file. So each minion now gains Quick Strike. When that happens, we put this at the bottom of the show deck. And then we replace the 3 threat on that side scheme. Okay, so now each minion gains Quick Strike, and each ally takes -1 consequent damage after attacking a minion. Okay. Okay, so after we do that, we're gonna play Triage here. So this would be a double resource, so we can play Triage. Wait. No, I think I want to kill me first. Let's exhaust the extra to generate a wild resource. Declare the wild to be a physical. This will be a second resource here, so we can play what doesn't kill me. The requirement is a physical when paying for this card, which we did use. Hero action, huge 2 damage from hero. We go from 7 up to 9. And we also ready up. So let's swing for another 2 on the card shark. So he has a total of 5 damage on him now, right? It's 3 plus 2 is 5. Yep. All right, and then that resolves what doesn't kill me. All right. Then and then we do it here. We use the double resource now, so we can play triage. When triage enters play, huge 2 damage. Ooh, wait a minute. Do I want to flip the show again? Take more damage before I play triage? Because I get more healing here. Thing is, I don't know. Then I don't know if I want Sprout to be escaped yet. Actually, I think I probably do. I think that's fine. Yeah, actually, let's do this first. So we're gonna use the hero action. Take 2 more damage. We drop from 9 down to 7. And then remove 3 there from here. So we clear this off again. Top card of the show deck is going to come into play, which is cornered. Okay, so whenever you flip Spiral to her corner side, she's going to flip over to the corner side here. Okay, and then it says this would cause her one review text to reveal, if any. She has no one review text. Shuffle this card into the show deck. This effect cannot be canceled. So actually, I think we keep this in play. This one stays in play here. Yeah. So we don't discard that show environment. We just shuffle this back into the show deck, right? Who removes that? Remove top card, place top three deck. Yeah. Let's read it again. Corner says flipper to your corner side. Review the top card. No. Oh crap! I shuffled it up here. Review the top card of the show deck and shuffle this card into the show. Okay, sorry guys. So we already knew that the top card should have been the game mojos because we put Wawa Mojo in the bottom of the show deck after we cleared it off, right? So this is at the bottom. We got cornered, and that reviews Game Mojo. So Game Mojo will now be the one that's in play. And then we shuffle these three cards here. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I don't think it changed anything, but so we'll shuffle this up, and this will recreate the show deck again. So now we can remove threat from here, and then Spiral, she has a 4 response. After she activates, place 1 teleport counter on her, and if there's at least 2 teleport counters on her, then we remove all of them, we flip her back over. So each time she activates, we have to do that. Okay, so we got that there. We took some more damage, so let's use a double resource now so we can play triage. When I display heal 2 damage to X-Men character, we do have the X-Men trait with this house rule, so we're going to heal Peter Parker by 2. Brings from 7 up to 9. Let's play the practice plane for free. It's a 0 cost upgrade. After you discard Parker you control, we discard practice plane, return it to your hand from discard pile, and discard the practice plane. We play energy shield for free. Attach your friendly character, give it to Spider-Man. Whenever we take any amount of damage, we can spend X energy resource to prevent X of that damage. So we have a buffer here for some damage. Okay, so what are we gonna do here? We just swing for 2, take out card shard next turn. Triage can take him out anyways. I think we want to manage the main a little bit. So let's Thor for 1 here from the main, while we can't remove threat because she is on her corner side. Because otherwise we can't remove threat from there. All right, and let's move this over. A little bit clearer. And Triage should take constant damage for thwarting. That will end our turn. Let's ready back up. Let's draw back up to our hand size of 5. But again, Mojo says each player gets +1 hand size, so we're drawing 6 cards here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. The Spiral Tracer is going to come in clutch here. Spiral's turn, she's going to add 1 to the main, goes up to 4. She's going to attack us now. So we can trigger Spiral Sense. That's intro when a villain initiates an attack against you, draw a card. So we draw a card here. Ooh, Symbiote Suit. I think it's a little bit too early for that. We're going to defend this one. Yeah, she gets a boost. I don't have Aunt May. I have Dr. Sinclair, though. What does card shark do? Discard top 3 cards of your deck to indirect damage. Dang it, if we lose Aunt May, that's going to stink. And then card shark will attack me here. I'm gonna take some damage either way. I think we block this with triage, yeah. So he'll defend the attack. She's hitting with a base of 2, gets a boost of 1 plus 1 amplify, so 4 damage. It's gonna take out triage here. Alright. Then after she attacks, she gets a teleport counter. Card shot's gonna hit us here for 3. We'll take it. Drop from 9 down to 6. And it says here, after he attacks, you discard top 3 cards of your deck. Please don't be Aunt May. Oh, Aunt May. Okay. Take indirect damage equal to a number of different printed resource types. So we have 2 physicals and energy, so only 2 types. Take 200 damage on Parker. We draw from 6 down to 4. Well, at least we got our Sinclair, but Aunt May is better, of course. All right, we're done with that. We get an encounter card now, which is a side scheme. Hinder 1 plus 2, so 3 threat, and a crisis, so we cannot remove threat from the main while the side scheme to play. When it's defeated, we get confused. If you're already confused, place 2 threat on the main scheme. Okay. So this will come in with 3 threat here. Ooh, I need to get rid of that, huh? Okay, it's back over to our turn. We don't have much thwarting right now with these allies. Let's exhaust the mansion to draw a card. Okay, Polaris here. I think it's pretty good. What is a play here? So I don't think I can afford Queen Carry here. And ready for a fight will flip us up whenever she schemes, which could be good. So let's hold on to that. Do we have a physical to pay for it? We'll hold on to Symbiote Suit, maybe. So let's exhaust the extra here to generate a wild resource. So we can play a Spider Chaser. Attach him in, we'll give it to the Card Shark. When he's defeated, we can remove 3 threat from his scheme. So we're gonna swing for 2, take out the Card Shark, and defeat him, because he has 2 hit points left. That will trigger the Spider Tracer and remove 3 threat from the scheme. Let's take 3 off the side scheme here. The Hall of Mirrors, right? Yeah, so that defeats it. Okay. When this is defeated, the player who defeats the side scheme is confused, so we get confused. If you're already confused, place 2 threat on the main, which we were not, so we just get confused here. Okay, so Sinclair is gonna put in some work for us. So I need to play Sinclair in Alter Ego. I want to play this. Do I just let Spyro scheme? She gets an amplify too, though, is the issue. I could, for this turn, hold on to Sinclair, and what we do is play Polaris to get a tough to block an attack, which will prevent some threat for us. And then I think I still just play Sinclair though, right? Yeah, I mean I might as well here, and I can do it next turn with her ability. Forge kind of stinks going here, but I think I have to let him go. Uh, Getting Sinclair I think is pretty important. I want to play the Queen Carrier as well. Okay, what's the greediest play? The greediest play is we play Queen Carrier, and then we play Polaris, and then our economy will be pretty crazy. Yeah, let's actually do that. We're gonna do the greedy play. So let's play the Queen Carrier here. Um, wait, I need 3 resources. Just kidding, I'm short. Never mind. So I have to use Sinclair, and I already lost anime. So never mind, we're not gonna do that. Yeah, we're just toss Queen Carrier here. Okay, let's do 3 resources here, so I can play Polaris. When she enters play, give an X-Men character a tough stats card. We do have the X-Men share with the house rule, so we get a tough stats card. And then Polaris will be readied up. Let's have her Thor for 1 from the main. She'll take constant damage. I want to Thor from there while I can. And then we'll use 2 resources here to play Dark Sinclair. As an RT action, we can exhaust her and spend a mental resource to heal damage from your RT equal to her recovery. Alright, so that will give us healing because we're down to 4 life now. Alright, that is going to end our turn. Let's ready back up. And we'll draw back up to hands of 5 plus 1 to game mojo, so 6 cards. Our economy should hopefully be good here after this turn. Ooh, we got backflip too. Oh man, I think I just used a tough though. Okay, so Spyro's turn. She is going to. Oh, Sesame's here. Okay, she's gonna add 1 to the main. She's going to attack us. We'll trigger Spyro Sense and draw another card. Right? Yeah, so we get 7 cards in hand. Uh-oh. Hey, Sesame, sit over here. Okay. So we're gonna take the attack to the face. She's in with a base of 2, gets a boost of 4 plus amplify, so it's gonna be 5. Sesame is here again. So it's gonna be 7 damage. We lose our tough, and then we stay alive here, fortunately. So she attacks after she activates, plays a teleport counter. So now there's 2. When there's 2, we remove all of them. We flip her back over. So now she's back on this side, so we cannot remove threat, and she cannot take damage. And when she attacks, she schemes instead. Okay, so we did all that. Now we get an encounter card. Oh man, Sesame, stay there. Okay, encounter card is an advance. Oh wait, do I have a? We do. Okay, we're gonna cancel this one. Let's use a resource here, so we can play Enhanced Power Sense. When treasure is reviewed from the encounter deck, cancel is one of your effects. We're gonna cancel advance, so the villain does not scheme. Don't want to take a scheme activation there. Okay, so that's only at 3 threats, so we're okay. Alright, it's back over to our turn. Let's exhaust the mansion to draw a card. Ooh, I want to play Ingenuity. I want to play Gambit. No point in ready for actually ready for fights. Maybe not that good here, right? In this deck, so we can play Ingenuity, which will play into Gambit, and then I'm gonna be short to do like exactly what I want. I'm gonna waste the X jet. I guess I need 1 more resource to play Utopia, and I don't think I have it. Yeah, it's fine. I think Gambit here is more valuable. So let's see. Well, we can just use a resource here. So exhaust actually generate a WOG resource, and then let's do. She's not gonna be attacking us right now, so that's a WOG resource. This will be 2 more resources here, or wait, no, this will be 2 more resources here, right? Extra and a double, so we can play Gambit. Yeah, whenever Gambit enters play, actually, do I? Yeah, that's fine. Whenever Gambit enters play, look at the top 3 cards of the encounter deck. So 1, oh, that's nice to see. 2, 3. Tuck 1 underneath him, so only the boost available. Let's tuck this under fire in the Gambit. And Gambit's attack and Thor is equal to the boost icons of that card. So 3 Thor, 3 attack there. Let's go back in this order. So she'll scheme with a base of 1. We'll get another minion here that we just take out. Okay, that's a good encounter card set up there. Gambit's going to be readied up. And then, what am I doing here? We use the extra array, which we only use in hero form because we don't have the X-Men trait Arc Eagle. We're going to flip down because I need to use Sinclair. And then let's use Scientist to generate a mental resource. This would be a second resource here. So we can play Ingenuity. It's a 2-cost upgrade. Play only if your identity has a genius trait, which you do have in Arc Eagle. We exhaust Ingenuity, generate a mental resource. Let's exhaust Dr. Sinclair. We can exhaust her and spend a mental resource. Let's exhaust ingenuity for that. Huge damage from after equals to your recovery, which is 3. So we go from 4 up to 7. And then we can also discard a stats card from your identity. So let's get rid of this confuse here. Really good value from Dr. Sinclair. And then I lost Forge, right? I think I just played the ready for a fight here. We're not gonna get Utopia this deck pass. I think that's okay. Um, Actually, I might as well recover. Yeah, let's just exhaust heal by 3 because we didn't use my base recovery anyways. So we'll go from 7 back up to our full life of 10. And then, I don't think Gambit's storing here, is he? Do I? I really want to play Utopia. That's fine. We'll use Utopia. It's a physical resource to play ready for a fight. One cost upgrade. The requirement is a physical. When enemy would scheme, we discard this and we change hero form to enemy attacks instead. Alright, so we got pretty well built out here. Let's keep them up because we're gonna get a minion that we want to kill. So let's end our turn. We're gonna ready back up. And then we'll draw back up to, oh, crappers. Wait a minute, we're decking out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Our hand says a 7 because the game emojis. Okay, sorry guys. We're gonna not play the ready for fight. We're gonna cheat and take that back a little bit and just hold on to this in our hand so we avoid decking out. Okay, so now we drop back up to 7 with the game emojis giving us +1 hand size. And yeah, I don't want to deck out here because we know the encounter cards and I want to keep that way. Alright, and we can hold on to Utopia, I guess. Okay, so it is Spiral's turn. She's going to add 1 to the main. She doesn't scheme because we're an Alt Eagle. She gets a boost card here of 1 +1 amplified, so she schemes for 4. Man goes from 4 up to 8 here. 4 to 8. Then we get dealt an encounter card, which is Pyro. So after you attack, you discard top 2 cards of your deck, take 1 direct damage for each printed resource icon. Discard this way. Okay, but he's not going to attack because we're going to kill him. We are not drawing anything, right? So let's go ahead and mention here to draw a card. We got Colossus. Okay, let's see what we're going to do. We're at full life. We don't need to play or use Dr. Sinclair here. I think what I want to do is just play down Utopia and then play an X-Men to get the ready. Well, I would love to ready up X here, but we don't have Utopia already in play. Okay, let's use Science to generate a mental resource so we can play our web shooters. So 1 cost upgrade comes right up. When exhaust it and remove web counter to generate a wild resource. Okay, we're done in Arc Eagle. Let's flip up here to hero form. So I could play Utopia and then play. Okay, let's go ahead and first play the Honor X-Men. Play only if you have the X-Men trait, which we do have in hero form with this house rule. We get +1 hit point and we get an X-Men trait even if we go down to Alter Ego now. So we have 11 life and a permanent X-Men trait. Well, unless we lose the Honor X-Men. Okay, so now we got that going on. Then what do I do? Utopia. And then we play X. Do I wanna? I'll have 1 resource left over if I want to hold on to something in my hand. I think we hold on to Colossus here, right? Yeah, because we can trigger Utopia next turn with Colossus. That's probably gonna be the best play. Um, X will confuse Spyro as well, which is actually gonna be pretty good. Okay, let's go ahead and use. Actually, do I want to just play the Spark Tracer? Can I afford? Okay, if I play Utopia here, play X. I can also play Spark Tracer. Yeah, why don't we just do all of that? Okay, we're gonna do everything here. Let's use a resource here. So we can play Spark Tracer attached to me. We'll give it to Pyro here. Okay. Then let's go ahead and use Xjet, generate resource, engineer. Wait, let's not do that. We're gonna just use 2 resources here so I can play Utopia. The 2 cost support. If each of your X-Men allies has an X-Men trait, we increase our ally by 1, and after an X-Men ally display, we exhaust this card to ready up an X-Men character, which includes Peter Parker because we have the X-Men trait with Utopia or with Honor X-Men, and we just naturally have it here in hero form. So we have this right up. Okay, so we are going to swing for 2. Polaris swings for 2 on Pyro. She'll take a consequent damage. 4 damage takes out Pyro. That will also trigger the Spark Tracer here. So remove 3 there from the scheme. We cannot remove there from the main with Spyro in her escape side, so we take 3 off of the search for Spyro. Okay, when that happens, we flip the top card of the show deck, which is the Mojo file. So now each minion gains Quick Strike. This goes at the bottom of the show deck. And then we replace the 3 threat on the side scheme here. Okay. Then I think I do Gambit Thor here. Yeah, Gambit's gonna Thor for 3 from here, right? Or do I want to just take the damage? No. Let's actually take the damage because Gambit can thwart from the main. So we'll use a hero action here, take 2 damage. We'll drop from 11 down to 9. And then we can remove 3 threat from here. So we'll clear this off again. Get the next card of the show deck, which is cornered. Okay. So now we flip Spiral over to her cornered side. And then review the top card of the show deck. And then shove this card back in the show deck. So now we have Wawa Mojo, where each enemy tag gains overkill. And we shuffle these 3 cards back here and recreate the show deck. Okay, I think we're doing good here. And we replace the 3 threat on the Search for Spiral. Okay, so we want to remove threat here. Drop it down to 0 probably. And X will get it confused on Spiral. He's going to attack, X will block. And hopefully we can proc that confuse. Okay, so what are we doing here? So say our turn. Gambit's going to Thor for 3 from the main. Drop that down to 5. He will take a consequential damage. Then we are going to use Extra for a resource, Ingenuity for another resource, and Exhausted Web Shooters. We will counter generate another resource so we can play Professor X. Whenever he enters play, choose one. We'll pick the one to confuse the villain. And then we can also exhaust Utopia whenever X enters play to write up another X-Men character. Actually, we don't need to. We can save Gambit's Door. Yeah, let's write up Spider-Man. And then X and Spider-Man will both thwart for 1, 2, 3, 4. Drops the main down to 1. And don't we need to overkill down 0. X will take a consequential damage. And that is going to end our turn. We weren't able to do damage on Spiral. That's fine. Let's ready back up. And then we are going to draw back up to 5 here. We don't have any more hand size addition. We deck out the face down encounter card. Let's just put it here. We'll shuffle up our discard pile back into the deck here. All right, I think that was a pretty decent deck pass. We got built out well enough here. Now we just want to try to put some damage on Spiral here, right? We always want to put as much damage as we can. Especially with the Wawa Mojo in play. But I gotta remember that she would do extra damage to us. And her attacks have overkill. Okay, so we have his as a 5. Strong back up there. Actually, we can't block. Or I might as well still block with X, but I'll have overkill, unfortunately. No backflips. Okay, oh, we have Nightcrawler, but we didn't play. Spiral Stone, she's gonna add 1 to the main, goes up to 2. She's gonna attack us with trigger Spiral Stone and draw a card. No backflip. So her attacks do have overkill here. But I'll still defend with Hero X. He has 2 life left. So she's hitting with a base of 2, gets a boost here of 1. So she's gonna do additional damage. So she's gonna do 4 damage because of Wawa Mojo. X will take 2. 2 overkills to Spider-Man, but we'll increase it by 1 Wawa Mojo. So we take 3, brings from 9 down to 6. And the X is defeated. Now Wawa Mojo, super nasty here. Okay. Then she's gonna get a teleport counter after she activates. Oh man, I feel like she's gonna pop that here. That's fine. We get a face on counter card for a total of 2. First one here is Vampire. Attacks with piercing do double damage to Vampire after he attacks and damages the character. We heal all damage from him. Okay. Last encounter card is Spiral Swords. Attached to Spiral, she has 3 sword counters on here. She gets +1 attack for each sword counter on the card. So she's gonna have 5 base attack. If she's on the corner side, we can spend 2 physical to remove a sword counter from here. Oof. Okay, that's not great. How many? There's gonna be 3 sword counters. Do I want to drop that? I don't know. And we are Spider-Man, but yeah. All right, let's see here. So I'm going to exhaust the mansion always, right? Yeah, we draw a card. Looking at what doesn't kill me here. So when a character takes damage, increase it by 1. So I can take out Vampire with 2 shots with Spider-Man. So let's swing for 3 because of the +1 from Wawa Mojo. So 3 damage on him there. Then I want to we don't need Forge anymore. Let's exhaust the extra, generate a physical resource. And then this would be another physical. So we can play What Doesn't Kill Me. We heal 2 and we can also ready up. So let's go from 6 up to 8 and then ready up Spider-Man. Okay, so if I swing for 3. Oh yeah, I gotta remember I have the energy shoot here if anything bad happens. What's our economy cards? We have Ingenuity and Web Shooter here. So do I want to give the Spider Tracer to a Vampire? Take 3 threat off of the main? I think I do, because I want to focus everything else on attacking, right? So we want to remove threat right now. Let's exhaust engineering generate mental resource to attach the spy tracer to the vampire, and we'll swing for 3, take him out, triggering the spy tracer. Remove 3 threat from the main scheme, which you can do because she's on the right side for that. And then vampire is defeated. Yeah, okay, so he's done. All right. Then what do we want to do? We want to flip down here because we got Spiral confused. So let's think here. We want to do as much damage to her as well. Let's think here. What am I doing? What am I doing? Do I play Nightcrawler? Or do I, what doesn't kill me, flip down, also play Triage? Uh, oof, I want to get the ready with Utopia. So I think we just go Nightcrawler here. Yeah, we lose all these nice X-Men allies, and then we don't get to use Scientists either. Kind of stinks, but I think that's fine. Yeah, I want to get the ready so I can swing for more damage here. Yeah. Okay, we'll do uh yeah, we just play Nightcrawler first. So let's go ahead and do I use web shooter here? Yeah, we'll use it. Exhausted web shooters remove counter generates a wild resource. This would be 2 more for a total of 3, so we can play Nightcrawler. So whenever an X-Men character would take any amount of damage, which is Spider-Man with our X-Men, we can spend an energy, return Nightcrawler to him, and prevent all the damage. So he's going to be really good for us for this scenario. And then whenever he enters place X-Men ally, we exhaust Utopia, ready for X-Men character, which is Spider-Man. So we're going to swing for 2, Polaris swings for 2, Gambit swings for 3, and Nightcrawler swings for 2 on Spiral. And whenever she takes damage, increase it by 1. So this would do 3 plus 3 is 6, plus 4 is 10, plus 3 is 13. So Spiral is going to drop from 15 down to 2 in a bunch of those blows there. And then all the allies will take constant damage. Polaris is defeated. Nightcrawler has 1, Gambit will now have 2. Okay, so that was our big hit there. And then we're going to flip down here to Alter Ego. We're going to use Science to generate a mental resource for Dr. Sinclair to heal us back up to our full life of 11. Right? And that will end our turn. We're ready back up, holding on to the triage in our hand. And we'll draw back up to our hands of 6 here. We want some swinging web kicks, guys. There's a swing web kick. Okay. So I just actually just try to go for the kill here. I kind of feel like I do. A little worried about that, but we have Nightcrawler in play, keeping us giving us life. We need to die. And we have backflips. Okay. Spiral Stone, she's going to add 1 to the main. She's going to scheme on us because we're an Alter Ego, but she is confused, so the activation does not go through. And then since she never activates, she does not get a teleport counter. We get 1 face down counter card, which is Homo Superior. Attached to the minion, if there are no minions, this card would just gain Surge. Another counter card. Uh-oh. Surge. If Spiral's on her corner side, place a teleport counter on her. Dang it. Okay, so she teleports here. And then if she's on escape, we can do something else. But she's on a corner, so we place a counter here. And when that happens, we remove all of them, and then we flip Spiral. Oh wait, this card surges. Okay, so dang it, that's really bad. Okay, so we flip her back over to here, and then that's it. So we just can't remove her from the main or do damage to her. Now this card will surge, so we get another encounter card, which is an advance right away. So she's gonna go ahead and just scheme here for 2. Gets a boost card of 1. No amplify yet. So she's schemed for 3. The main goes up to 4. Oof. Okay, that was pretty unfortunate there. Back over to our turn though. So I guess we just get built out a little bit more. Let's exhaust the mansion, draw a card. Oh man, I really want to do damage to her. Do I just? I think I do. Nothing to use with scientists except for triage here, but I need to play him in hero form. Okay, let's try to. We're gonna flip it to hero form. We're gonna try to get Spiral over again. So let's use a hero action here. Take 2 damage. Oh, it's gonna do 3. That's fine. It'll do 3 because of Wawa Mojo. Increasing by 1. So we take 3, drop down to 8, and then take 3 threat off the scheme. Okay, so we take the threat off. Top card here. Going to be ooh, cornered. Okay, so now we flip her back over to her cornered side. And then she'll have no teleport counters. And then we reveal top card of the show deck, which is Mojo Foul. So each minion gains quick strike, and allies take -1 consequent damage when attacking a minion. We're gonna shuffle all this back up here. So now we can do damage to Spiral, and we can also remove threat from the main. Shut this up. Right. And then let me see real quick. Where is her stage 3? Where did I put that? I put that over here. Okay. What does stage 3 do if I flip her? She has no one viewed effect. Wait, no. She does. She attacks each player in play order. So she's gonna attack Spider-Man here the moment that we flip her. And then she flips it. There's 3 teleport counters. Okay, that's fine. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and flip her here. So this will come back in with a 3 threat. All right, let's see. Do I want to you takes -1 consequence damage from attacking a minion? We could also Nightcrawler this initial attack, play him back down, have him do some more damage. That could be interesting. Okay, let's just see here. Okay, let's go ahead and first swing here for 2 on Spiral. That will bring it from 2 down to 0. Okay, we're gonna flip her over to her third and final stage here. Now, if she only teleports, if there's 3 teleport counters, and then force responses when she activates, we place teleport counter on there. So same exact thing there, but she's a one reviewed, and each time we flip her to the side, if she's on her other side, she will trigger that one reviewed. She attacks each player in play order, so she's gonna attack Spider-Man here. Even though it's our turn, we're gonna trigger Spider-Man and draw a card because she's initiating an attack. So we draw a card here. Oh, that's the third swing web kick, and she has how much life? She has 17 hit points here. So I think I can actually kill her this turn if I can manage the 2 swing web kicks actually. All right, so she's gonna attack us here. We're gonna take the attack because we have a backflip, right? And we also have Nightcrawler. So she's hitting with a base of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Gets a boost card. We're gonna take it on Spider-Man. 1. So it's gonna be 7 damage on Spider-Man. We will play a backflip. When you take any amount of damage from an attack, jump out of the way, prevent all that damage. So no damage there. And this each main gains quick strike. Yeah, that doesn't matter for the rest of the scenario, I think. Okay, so after she attacks, she gets a teleport counter. So she gets 1 out of the 3 that she needs. Can I play? I mean, yeah, of course I have the economy. I can just play the swing web kicks right now. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay, alright. Alright. So we're gonna have I was playing on healing game with triage, but I don't even think we need to do that. Um wait, if I play triage here, can I still afford the swing web kicks? I can. Okay, cool. So let's use a double resource here so we can play triage. When triage enters play, heal 2 damage to X-Men character. Let's heal 2 from Gambit. And then we can also exhaust Utopia when X-Men Ally enters play, like Triage, to ready up an X-Men character, like Spider-Man. Alright, then we're going to have Triage, Gambit, and Spider-Man all swing on Spiral. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage, brings her from 17 down to 11. And then both the allies are going to take some consequential damage here. Okay. Then we are going to exhaust the web shooters, remove a counter. That will generate 1 wild resource. Ingenuity is going to be second resource. Extra will be a third resource. So we can play a swinging web kick right here. Hero action attack, deal 8 damage to an enemy. So we're going to hit Spiral for 8. That'll bring her from 11 down to 3. And then we have 3 more resources right here. So we can play a second swing web kick. Hero action attack, deal another 8 damage to enemy. So we're going to hit Spiral here for another 8. And that will bring her from 3 all the way down to 0. All right, guys. That was the custom gameplay request here from Zalukun. Thank you so much, Zalukun, for your support. That was tons of fun. I really like the X-Men crossover with Peter Parker Spider-Man, and yeah, it would take down Expert Spiral here with the X-Men lineup, making Spider-Man an honorary X-Men, working with Professor X and the X-Men friends. All right, I hope you guys all enjoyed this gameplay. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys all in the next video.